So I just woke up this morning and I'm thinking about something like, I got a hot take. Y'all mad if I say this hot take? Hear me out. Hear me out. I think the video games, without a little bit of jank to them, they kind of mid. No, I'm not meaning accepting unpolished games, but games that got like crazy BS or Kusoge-isms to it or something insane to it. Those games are kind of the best fighting games to always play. Taking it out of fighting games right quick, right? Elden Ring, Souls games, Sekiro, all of those games have something in common. There's some BS in them until you get good at them. And I remember the Samurai Shodown director said games that are too balanced kinda are boring. Yeah. And I've came to a deep realization that a lot of people, from casuals to newcomers or people that see a game for the first time, if the graphics are not pretty, they think the game lacks depth. Which makes perfect sense, right? Because even when people bring up the idea of playing something indie, people go, is that worth my time or money? It don't look good enough for me to play it. And I know not everybody cares about depth or complexity in their games. They just want to see pretty shit and cool shit. I understand, y'all. I get it. I'm like that sometimes with other games too. And even though I'm tired of saying, is this game worth $60 for the 1,000th time? I've said I think we need to talk about what makes Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact so unique as a game compared to all of the other anime games we have getting and some other fighting games. So let's get into it. Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact is deeper than you think. Let's go. So let's talk about the first controversial problem, the 7-button fighter. See, Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact, when I first played it, it feels good to play, don't get me wrong. I played it at Frosty Frostings, I played it at Combo Breaker, I played it at Evo. I've been playing this game for like a year now with the time I've touched the game. And the more time I get my hands on the game, the more I'm realizing that this game is crazy as all hell. I'm gonna use a different, this is not an ad, I'm just gonna do this to show y'all it's easier for y'all to see. Most controllers nowadays come with 8 buttons, meaning you have the top row that's really good for the face buttons and then the bottom row as well. It being a 7-button fighter, you have to decide what buttons you want on what for your game. Nen Impact is still a long ways out. We got like a month and some days left, and I still haven't found a perfect control scheme for me to play as well. But if you one of those people that got a controller with like 6 buttons, you're cooked. Instead of just making shit certain inputs, they add more buttons. That is why I'm a big fan. I don't care what nobody says. Like, people get mad at like controllers having thousands of buttons. If games don't put these inputs back in the games, man, we gonna need more buttons because it's hard to do stuff with the space you got. And a lot of people keep bringing up that Nen Impact control scheme is very controller oriented. And for tag games, it somewhat can be true. This is where I get into the complexity of it though. Why I don't agree with that is because in the game, they do have you hit simultaneous buttons to do certain actions, such as a delayed hyper combo when you tag in another character and they do their level 1. Even throwing out assists can be frustrating depending on where you have the buttons located. It's gonna take some practice to get into. But like personally, remember how I was with Street Fighter 6 and I was like, yo, I'm okay with modern controls, it's really good. Well, in that game, they gave you the options to do both. So you can argue it was training wheels, but you got people out here grandmaster with modern controls, not even using the auto combo functions of it. What also makes Hunter x Hunter a very challenging game is that certain actions are tied to only specific buttons. Most launches can be done in a combo from to art, or the art button, or down in the arts button. I think with Nen Impact, it would be beautiful if they locked in and let us use motion inputs too, just to ease some of like having to use multiple buttons on the controller. One amazing thing about Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact is that they do have a way to where you can map certain button combinations to whatever button you want on the controller. So you see in Nen Impact, you can customize them to however you want it to be. It's so crazy. Like, they give you so much flexibility that some games just don't. I've 100% taken off the auto combo button for my controller, even though it does a lot of damage. There's way cooler, more optimal, and crazier shit you can do in this game. And let me break down some misinformation that y'all been seeing on Twitter. Everybody has been putting in funny loops and TODs and broken shit on the timeline. Well, we gotta talk about that because that's a lot of misinformation that people that don't play the game are looking at and like, why can you do this? Number one, people are not bringing up how resource extensive a lot of these are. Plus, you don't get 5 bars of meter around start. If you have your characters, they scale up every time a character dies. So a lot of those interactions and situations that you see on Twitter won't happen like that 24/7 unless they just can only play one character and cook somebody like Justin Wong back in 2013 in Marvel 3. A lot of the influence that you are seeing on Twitter too are just like cut just to be shown like it's broken or something like that, or shown a rep of it just to get out the way. Like Leorio is a prime example, everybody hyping up, but his 7A, it just breaks after a while, even then. And like if you play neutral in the game, a lot of the time, the way you see a lot of combo starters happen in Nen Impact ain't gonna be practical because they're gonna be very, very, very specific to hit or do, especially how fast this game is and how volatile you could get cooked. Don't get mixed by Twitter. I'm telling you right now, what you see on Twitter is not going to be reflective of how people play the game when it comes out. Like I brought up with the combos earlier with a skill, it's kind of like King of Fighters where each character dies, you get another bar of meter. So most combos with 5 bars of meter with DHCing, delayed. Most combos you see with 5 bars and people tagging in multiple characters over and over again is not possible at the start of a match. It's not like that. This is not Hoku no Ken. And I don't even know the logistics of that game, but it takes some skill to do it to an extent, I believe. So don't get mixed by Twitter. So I'm going to show you something that's really cool about this game because I keep bringing up King of Fighters. And this is one thing I do like about King of Fighters, especially when you get into the nitty gritty of the game. And you'll see why. So the coolest part about this game is the strategy of your team. Right now, more than likely, everybody's gonna have what character they put on point, what character they put on mid, and what character they put last because you're building up for something, and some combos are easier. Well, if you guys didn't know, a clear strategy that makes this game insane already to me. You know how I brought up like the last character will have the most chances to gain the most meter in the game, the combo. Well, one of the easiest combos right now in Nen Impact is Kurapika. And Kurapika has like an easy like TOD if you have the meter for it. So literally my first character, if I was to play this team right now, character I'm considering rocking, Killua first, Ahsoka second, and then Kurapika last, if that's your third character. And I think that adds a layer of strategy a lot of people ain't thinking about. You can tech piercing. Nen Impact doesn't have a traditional grab button. And again, this is the result of not having motion inputs, and they just want everything to be on buttons to make it somewhat easier. And in Impact, if you dash too close to somebody, you will get piercing. Piercing will literally do a grab. Now it's techable, I think, if you hold forward too. What's crazy is that in neutral, if you're just not prepared, which is why you gotta be on your P's and Q's in this game, from piercing, it is also comboable. I don't know if it's gonna hit up, but yes it does. You know, that's a 3 bar. That's just something basic. Like the neutral in this game is gonna be chaotic as hell. Like once you get down to the nitty gritty of it, because somebody's gonna capitalize over a person not teching. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my little quick deep dive into Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact, talking about some complexity things that makes this game very different from other games. Like honestly, I could go deeper into like it's not an arena fighter, and I get the game is ugly, but mechanically and the way the game plays, there's a lot to be offered there. I know the ugly barrier and the price is the entry, so I'm not going to argue people on that. However, now that I've played enough of it, at least, I want to say in total from the past year and a half or so, at least 50 plus hours so far of this, I will definitely tell you, I'm not even 50. I could definitely say, and I'm speaking for myself here, I've played 100 hours of this. This is a game that, if this came out in 2013, this could have been as big as Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I will not lie to you. I think it would have hit even crazier back around that time because this game is so much fucking fun. And that's all I want to showcase to y'all. But yeah, if you want to see more Hunter x Hunter, more fighting games, more RPG stuff, and more live streams about everything I care about, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. It's your boy Avataryaya, and I'm out. Peace.
Never felt like this, yeah, yeah. stronger.